Most people wake up every day already behind. Behind on their dreams, behind on their potential, behind on the life they secretly want but never quite reach. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, but because they start their day the same way they ended yesterday, reacting, rushing, and repeating. What if the reason your life hasn't changed is because your mornings haven't? This is the miracle morning, and this is not about waking up early. It's about waking up on purpose. Every human being experiences what Hal Elrod calls the average trap. You wake up, you check your phone, you rush to work, you deal with problems all day, you come home exhausted, you distract yourself at night. You promise tomorrow will be different, and tomorrow never is. The tragedy isn't failure. The tragedy is living your entire life at a fraction of your capacity and calling it normal. The miracle morning begins with a single uncomfortable truth. Your success level will rarely exceed your personal development level. If you don't grow, your life doesn't grow. And growth doesn't happen accidentally. Hal Elrod didn't write this book from theory. He wrote it from survival. At 20 years old, he was hit head-on by a drunk driver at 70 miles per hour, declared dead for 6 minutes, told he would never walk again. Later, after rebuilding his life, he lost everything: his income, his confidence, his sense of identity. And that's when he discovered something most people never do. When your external world collapses, the only thing that can rebuild it is your internal world. Most people wait for motivation to act. The miracle morning flips that logic. You don't wake up motivated. You create motivation by how you wake up. Your morning isn't just the start of your day. It's the foundation of your mindset. Win the morning, and the day follows. Lose the morning, and you spend the rest of the day recovering. The core idea of the miracle morning is simple but uncomfortable. Wake up earlier than you have to, so you can become who you need to be. Not for your boss, not for society, for yourself. And no, this is not about punishment. It's about reclaiming the only time of day that still belongs to you. Hal introduces what he calls the Life Savers, 6 practices, 6 internal disciplines, 6 ways to take control of your mind before the world tries to take it for you. Not one of them is revolutionary on its own. Together, they are life-altering. The first is silence. Most people live in constant noise: notifications, opinions, anxiety, mental chatter. Silence is where clarity returns. This isn't just meditation, it's intentional stillness. Silence teaches you something powerful. You are not your thoughts. When you stop reacting, you start observing. And when you observe, you regain control. A calm mind doesn't mean a weak mind. It means a focused one. The second is affirmations. Most people repeat negative affirmations all day without realizing it. I'm tired. I'm bad with money. I'm not lucky. I can't change. Affirmations are not lies you tell yourself. They are truths you commit to becoming. Your brain believes what you repeat. So the question is, what are you programming it with? Affirmations train identity before results appear. You don't act your way into a new identity. You think your way into new actions. The third is visualization. Your brain doesn't know the difference between imagined experience and repeated reality. Elite athletes know this. Top performers know this. Your subconscious knows this. When you visualize success, you build familiarity with it. And familiarity removes fear. You stop seeing success as foreign. You start seeing it as inevitable. The fourth is exercise. Not for aesthetics, for energy. Movement changes chemistry. It raises focus. It builds momentum. You don't need a perfect workout. You need circulation. Exercise in the morning isn't about fitness. It's about state control. When your body wakes up, your confidence follows. The fifth is reading. Most people are shaped by their environment. Readers choose to be shaped by wisdom. 10 pages a day doesn't sound like much until you realize that's hundreds of pages a month, thousands a year. Books compress decades of experience into hours. If your life hasn't changed, look at what you're consuming. The sixth is scribing. Writing slows the mind down. It forces honesty. When you write, you confront patterns you've been avoiding. Journaling is not about documenting life. It's about designing it. Clarity creates direction. Direction creates discipline. Here's the deeper lesson most people miss. The miracle morning is not about time. It's about identity. You don't wake up early to do more. You wake up early to become more. Hal introduces the concept of level 10 life. Most people settle for average because they never define excellence. When you define what extraordinary looks like in each area of your life, mediocrity becomes uncomfortable. Clarity raises standards. Standards shape behavior. Another key lesson: you don't need more time. You need more intention. Most people say they don't have time for personal growth, but they have time for social media, stress, and regret. Time is found where priorities are revealed. The book also dismantles the myth of the morning person. There are no morning people. There are people with reasons. When your why becomes stronger than your comfort, discipline becomes natural. Hal introduces the idea of wake-up strategy, not willpower. Willpower is unreliable. Systems are not. You don't negotiate with the alarm. You design your environment so discipline becomes automatic. Another lesson: small wins build massive self-trust. When you keep promises to yourself in the morning, you stop breaking them everywhere else. Confidence is built through consistency, not hype. The miracle morning also teaches self-compassion, not perfection. Miss a day? Start again. The goal isn't a flawless routine. It's a lifelong relationship with growth. One of the most powerful truths in the book: your problems don't define you. Your response to them does. Adversity doesn't destroy people. Avoidance does. Hal emphasizes responsibility without shame. You are not at fault for everything that happened to you, but you are responsible for what happens next. Ownership is freedom. Another lesson: your mornings shape your emotional baseline. Start rushed, you stay reactive. Start intentional, you stay grounded. The first hour of your day echoes through the next 23. The miracle morning reframes success. Success is not what you achieve. It's who you become while achieving it. It also teaches patience. Personal growth compounds invisibly until it doesn't. Most people quit because they don't see results fast enough, but roots grow underground before trees appear. Another powerful idea: you don't need motivation every day. You need commitment. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. The book challenges comfort culture. Comfort feels safe, but it slowly steals your future. Growth always feels inconvenient before it feels rewarding. Perhaps the most important lesson of all: you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. And habits are built in moments no one sees, especially in the morning. If your life feels stuck, don't ask what you're missing. Ask what you're avoiding. Change rarely begins with answers. It begins with courage. This isn't about waking up at 5 a.m. It's about waking up before excuses, before fear speaks, before the world demands, before your old identity takes control. Because the real miracle isn't the morning. The miracle is who you become when you stop living on autopilot and start living with intention. If this message challenged you, inspired you, or made you uncomfortable, that's a good sign. It means growth is calling. Subscribe to Daily Upgrade Motivation for disciplined thinking, mindset clarity, and daily reminders that your life does not change by chance. It changes by choice, one upgrade at a time.